Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I am a senior sustainable development major with a double minor in political science and women's studies, and I'm very excited about this project.
I'm Leslie, and I'm a freshman, and my major is political science.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a senior political science major, and for this project, we're going to be talking about the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. The NC Wildlife Resources Commission is a state government agency created by the North Carolina General Assembly in order to conserve and sustain the state's wildlife resources, including fish, hunting, wildlife, through research, scientific management, wise use, and public input. The Wildlife Resources Commission is a regulatory agency responsible for hunting and fishing licensing, conservation laws, and educational programs to preserve North Carolina's outdoor resources for generations to come. The goal of the agency is to drive wildlife conservation decisions and increase public access to the resources and the natural environment, which North Carolina has to offer.
So over the summer and during last semester, I got to work with an employee of the North Carolina Resources Commission named Kevin Heining, and his passion is trout. So basically what we did all summer is we taught environmental education using trout, and we learned about the biodiversity of Dutch Creek and the Watauga River, which both run through Boone and Valley Crucis. And basically what he taught me about the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission was that it's all about how we can understand to preserve healthy environments and preserve biodiversity, and at the same time give the public the opportunity to enjoy those resources. And basically I had this passion, and then I made Sarah and Leslie do it.
This agency is a state government agency that was created by the General Assembly, and its job is to regulate conservation of North Carolina's wildlife, land, and natural waters like lakes. It's a regulation of public goods so that this can be accessible to the public. The Commission is an agent by which North Carolina fishing, hunting, trapping, and boating laws are enforced. And they do this because they were granted by the legislator to have the authority to establish regulations and rules of safety, and they are also given the ability to have the force of law. Although some of these laws are not state laws, they are adopted under the authority granted by the statutes, so they do have the ability to, the Commission has the ability to write up violations and penalties. The North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission is a public agency dedicated to giving citizens access to their environments and ensuring the regulation of public goods like our rivers and forests. I'm interested in learning about how they fund and organize the programs they have. For example, they have a program called the WISE Horticulture Program, where they teach inmates about conservation practices, and I think that's a very interesting practice.
I want to learn about how the NCWRC regulates and enforces wildlife laws and promotes further conservation efforts. Their main job is to enforce laws that protect our environment and natural resources, from overhunting to overfishing. And I'm also curious about the relationship between the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission and the North Carolina General Assembly.
Okay, I'm interested in learning more about how the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission works with other state and local agencies, and also more about how they do education programs and conservation programs, and understanding the intersections of their work with different topics of education, justice, and sustainability.